Let's move on to another franchise here, Sean. Let's talk about a little, what do you call it? Hunger Games stuff here going on with Emma Thompson. She is being eyed. Speaking of an actress that can play in franchises and go into independent films, Emma Thompson here, she is being eyed for Hunger Games. She's reportedly in talks to portray Drusilla Sickle in the upcoming prequel film, The Hunger Games Sunrise on the Reaping, which I think they released over at CinemaCon, the title there. At Lionsgate reports Nexus Point News. The sixth film in the overall saga, the story is a midquel set 40 years after the events of A Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes and just over 30 years before the original Hunger Games. Events will unfold during the second quarter quell, the 50th version of the games that were won by Hamish Abernathy, the only District 12 victor until Katniss Everdeen and Peeta Mellark came along. Drusilla is an escort from the Capitol who has been going to District 12 to carry out the reaping since the first quarter quell. She's described as a detached and unsympathetic figure who clashes with several others. Oh, Emma's great in those kinds of roles. The report follows on from several others in the past few days, with the same outlet indicating Charlie Plummer is rumored to take on the younger version of Hamish, the character that Woody Harrelson played in the original films. Others have reported that Ralph Fiennes is up for the President Coriolanus Snow role. Kieran Culkin has been offered a young Caesar Flickerman, which is Stanley Tucci's role from the original. That seems perfect. And Jesse Plemons, and not Cooper Hoffman, has been offered Plutarch Heavensbee, Philip Seymour Hoffman's role from the original. The new film is being directed by Francis Lawrence, while Nina Jacobson and Brad Simpson are producing. Billy Ray is writing the script, and filming begins in July in Germany ahead of a November 20th, 2026 release. So, this one, Songbirds, was it the Songbirds and Snakes? That one did really well. A lot of people came out of that liking that recent Hunger Games movie with Rachel Zegler there. So what are your thoughts here on Emma Thompson possibly stepping in to give even more gravitas to this movie?
Well, as you kind of mentioned and alluded to, they described the character as detached and unsympathetic and clashes with other characters. You think you want to bring someone in that can be written to be very unlikable, but because of their talent, the audience still likes them. And that's where you want to bring in someone like her that can do that. That can play a very likable, totally unlikable person. And so that's where you see it and you go, that's perfect. Yes. And you read the description. And as you read it and you realize, oh, she's perfect for that. Like, right. That's the thing that she can do really, really well. So that was my immediate thoughts on it. But yeah, like you said, the last one, I wasn't really sure how it would work. How it would be any good. It was like surprisingly like nice to be back to that world and a prequel done right. Yeah. And in particular, because there's so many years of Hunger Games you could explore, setting it in the middle, there's you go, oh, cool. Like, what will the technology look like? Yeah. And all these different things to it, you kind of want to explore it because they've built out this great world and with lively characters.
Yeah, and I wonder if you're going to have any of the actors from the most recent film, are they going to age them up or are they going to replace them? What is going to happen with them 40 years later? What's the end result going to be? But clearly, because this is all kind of where it's at, having her, someone like Emma Thompson come in, I think of all the Harry Potter movies when they bring in the villains of the piece. And, oh God, I can't remember the name of the character who was in all pink, but she was a great person to bring in to frustrate everybody around Hogwarts and trying to undercut Dumbledore there. Yeah. Dolores Umbridge. That's right. Yeah. Coming in and doing having an incredible effect on the entire movie. So Emma can bring that kind of strength, we've seen Emma in interviews. Yes. She doesn't suffer fools. And so to have her play a role like this, I think is really smart. You put a foundational, very talented actress at the center of this to be someone who it looks to be hard to overcome, difficult to defeat. And so I think that's going to add a lot of energy to the movie that I'd be looking forward to as well. But what are your thoughts on the possibilities of Ralph Fiennes coming in? It's fresh off Conclave, Kieran Culkin, who is currently on Broadway doing Glengarry Glen Ross, and then Jesse Plemons playing the Philip Seymour Hoffman role. Do you like these actors possibly being in talks here to be in this one?
I mean, you just kind of go down the list, and they're all great actors that bring something interesting and different. Sometimes it's a little bit tricky on this one because a lot of those they're playing characters that have been played by other actors that are already iconic, and so sometimes you're immediately like, okay, is it like does that feel right? Does it feel like a disconnect? Because such distinct, Donald Sutherland versus Ralph Fiennes, like they're so distinct and different. But at the same time, you go, they're great. They're awesome.
Yeah.
So I want to see what they're going to bring. And because there is, these 30, 40-year stretches between the different entries, it gives you a lot of room in there to be able to reinterpret it and be okay with the differences. But even, the headline is about Emma, and you read the rest of it and you're like, oh, this whole cast seems just stacked with that. I mean, that's what these movies have always done so well, is having every small little part is this character that pops and is played by a great actor that is interesting. So much so that, we're taking the original franchise and we're doing these prequels about all of these side characters that now they get their own movie.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's great to see that as well. The level of actor that is being attracted to this franchise. This isn't like the Transformers movies, which I like, by the way. I mean, but they're, they bring in like Francis McDormand or Stanley Tucci or Kelsey Grammer, or these other like really good established actors, but they bring them in to have fun in a crazy film. But with something like this, there's real commentary going on in these films, social commentary and what have you in these films. So you kind of want to bring in these actors that are going to be able to convey the nuances and the complexities of what you're trying to tell with the characters and with the stories. So along with Charlie Plummer, I mean, this is as you said, a very stacked lineup. If all of these deals fall into place and these rumors come true, this is a hell of a stacked cast for a film like this that'll appeal to a lot of different sections of the movie going fandom to get them in there to see the film.
And bring the franchise to a new audience. That's like my daughter's grown up older. And so we were sure a little bit of the franchise before this last one, but by the time this next one comes out, she'll be in that prime age and she was interested. We just didn't want to show her too much just yet. She'll be in that prime age by this next one. And like you said, has that broad appeal. And it's a franchise that they're smart blockbusters. They have all the spectacle, the excitement, the world building, but they're packed with commentary too.
Yeah, 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you. So, we'll keep tabs on it, as I said, and we'll see what happens. And when the casts start being announced, we'll definitely put that in motion.